Book trailer for book titled Archetype Semantics: How it corresponds to the concept of an image. How archetypal are images? Written by Andrei Davidov and Olga Skorbatyuk. Translated by Kate Basilevsky. Research in the field of the human psyche in search of its base as a principle underlying psychical life in general, and the specific structure underlying psychophysiology of a specific individual in particular. Focused on studying the unconscious as that mythical stone, which the builders rejected, but which eventually became the chief cornerstone. It's logical to argue that the most important information about a human was implanted by nature, specifically at this implicit level of psyche that is out of reach by both consciousness and work of human intellect. After all, processes that occur in human unconscious, which essentially are psychical proto-reality, are characterized by that a person cannot influence them only with his or her will, without special means. Perhaps nature intended to hide all vitally important information in psychical area that is out of reach by intellect and consciousness. By hiding information about the very essence of a human in this way, nature reliably protected it first of all from a human himself, like the so-called foolproofing mechanism in modern technology. Recognizing the unconscious as not only the main guardian of psychical content, but also the forming beginning of human psyche, psychoanalysts including Carl Jung, who was the first to include the concept of an archetype in psychology, correctly thought that it should not be touched by the intellect. But the complexity of studying the unconscious, which confused many researchers of human psyche, from our point of view, cannot stand in the way of its actual study. Carl Jung, the founder of the analytical direction in psychology, wrote in his book titled Man and His Symbols, quote, "Our unconscious is somehow attuned to our surroundings, to the space-time continuum and the whole of nature," end quote. The answer to this question has been found. A human is connected with nature through his psyche. Study of the unconscious is a place where, by definition, it is possible to find the location of the soul, as the cause and the fundamental principle of psyche, has led us to individual archetypes and their conglomerates in the form of archetypal patterns located there. We found that recording of absolutely all human psychophysiological parameters occurs specifically in, as we called them, individual archetypal patterns. This record contains all information about each person, from individual particularities of his physiology to particularities of his psychology, individuality. The general conclusion was that each individual as if gets manufactured by nature, according to specific individual project located in his individual unconscious. To learn more, visit www.humanpopulationacademy.org or purchase an ebook or an audiobook in English or in Russian.